Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kelvin Kamfwa, and I'm the principal investigator for the supplementary grant entitled Strategic Collaborations, Implementing a Gender-Responsive Genetic Improvement Program for Bruchid Resistant Dry Beans in Southern Africa. There are several collaborators on this project, and you'll be able to learn about them later in the presentation. So the way I've structured the presentation is that I'll give you the research background, essentially the foundations to the research, then give you a sense of the progress that we've made to date, the lessons that we've learned, and the steps that we are making. Research this new supplementary grant was awarded to us in 2021. And the background to this was that it really was building on in terms of the increased capacity that some of our team members had obtained out of the training workshop that was organized by the Legume Innovation Lab, and it was offered to the team members by the GREAT team, which is essentially a gender-responsive researchers for agricultural transformation, which is as the acronym of GREAT. So during that workshop, training workshop, which was funded by the Legume Innovation Lab, there was capacity that was built in terms of gender-responsive plant breeding. And there were work plans that were also developed. And some of the topics that were covered in the sessions are presented on that slide. But in a nutshell, quite a lot of capacity was built from that in terms of gender-responsive plant breeding. And we wanted now to build on that and ride on that capacity that was built to try and now mainstream gender responsive breeding in our programs here in Africa. Also the background to that, we thought a project on gender responsive plant breeding would be an opportunity to respond robustly to the guidance that was given to the Innovation Lab by USAID in 2018 to try and mainstream responsive, gender responsive legume research in our projects. The project brings together a talented team of gender advisors from the host countries, the ones that are involved in the project, which include Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique. So the project was guided by a number of research questions, and we really wanted to develop a better understanding in terms of what are the factors that are involved in terms of mainstreaming in our breeding work. But the guiding principle for this was that gender analysis in legume research needs to articulate the roles of women and men in legume systems and how these roles inform research and processes and pathways to impact. Then identify the relevant gaps in the status and anticipated participation of women and men that could hinder our activity outcomes. Then anticipate the possible differential effects the activity may have on women, men, and youth, and then generate recommendations for meaningfully engaging women, men, and youth in legume research, and then suggest the ways that the activity could narrow, close the gender gaps, address the inequalities, and empower women. Like I earlier mentioned, this project is being implemented in 3 countries, including Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique. and I'm just a PI, but I'm working with talented gender experts from these 3 countries. And what I'll do now is to give you a sense of the people who are involved in this project. So from Mozambique, we have Maria, who's our gender advisor for that. And she's leading our activities in Mozambique. And she's from the Mozambican government there. And then we have Hilda, who's leading our activities in Malawi. And she's our contact person for all the gender-related activities in Malawi. Then in Zambia, we have Krisanti Ichama, who also works as a gender advisor for the Zambian Bean Network. We've been privileged to have Krista Isaacs, who's an assistant professor at Michigan State University, as our gender expert. And she brings a wealth of experience in terms of the application of the gender responsive breeding tools to our project. So we are quite happy to have her on the project. The other person on our project is Andrea Allen. And Andrea works as the gender advisor for the Innovation Lab. And she has been very instrumental to the implementation of the project. And I must really thank her. And she has done a tremendous job in terms of doing all the literature search that we needed. She's the one who coordinated that. And also trying to develop the research design and also develop the tools that we need. And she's the one who has been very instrumental in kind of bring all of us together and be able to undertake these activities. She has also been serving more or less like a project manager in the early stages of the project, and we are so thankful to her for the help that she has been providing to the project. So what is what progress have we made today up to date? And so we have in the project almost 8 research questions that we were trying to address. If you look at those 8, the first 4 research questions and part of number 5, they essentially try and help us explore the gender dynamics that are involved with regard to the producer's needs and also the preferences. That's what those first 5 research questions are trying to address. Then question number 6 up to 8, they try to explore the issues that are involved in the operations of associated breeding programs. So these are the 8 research questions that we are trying to address in our project. Now, to address these research questions, we need tools to do that. And we've been fortunate that recently there was a publication of the gender responsive breeding toolkit, which essentially tried to help in terms of developing what we might call customer and also product profiles. So that's the tool that we are using here in the project. Now, what we did at first was to try and use the existing secondary data on bean customers in the 3 host countries in Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique, and then try to organize that customer data within the analytical framework of the gender responsive breeding And then thereafter, we did identify significant gaps that were in that data, and those gaps were related to the socioeconomic, gender, were related to the demographics, and also socioeconomics, and also the agroecological aspects of those customers. So we had to fill in that gap. There was need for us to fill in gaps so that we could now end up developing the customer and product profile. So to do that, we've had to develop now tools to collect that data, and I'll be able to share with you a bit more in terms of the type of tools that the project has so far managed to develop for us to be able to collect that data. These tools essentially are about, include the surveys and also the focus groups, which will be able to provide us with data that could help us have that set of information that we need for us to develop the customer profile for different market segments. And also we will have the participatory varietal selection tools, which will help us have a complete set of information that we need for us to develop the product profile. So these tools have already been developed. They are being fine-tuned by the project members. So this has been quite a progress, because at least now we have tools to collect that data, which was missing in our secondary data, for us to be able to develop a better picture of the product and the customer profiles. This is just a work plan which tries to give a sense of the tasks that we have accomplished to date, and in terms of where we hope to be moving forward up to next year. Like you could see there, we've already done the literature search to have a better understanding, and also we have constructed which could help us develop that customer profile. And these activities, these tasks in green, some of them have already been accomplished in 2021, and others we are working on them in 2022. What we are hoping now, once we've now developed these tools to collect additional data, it be through surveys, focus groups, and also the participatory varieties selection tools, we hope then to pilot them here in Zambia and further fine-tune them so that they could eventually be adapted and applied in Malawi and Mozambique for us to collect the data that we need to develop the customer and product profile in these countries. So this is just now an outline of the work plan, where we hope to be in the next 1 year and where we are coming from. What lessons have we learned to date? One of the challenges that we had to deal with was COVID-19. We had made very good progress at the beginning, but due to COVID, there were restrictions in terms of the movements within countries. And especially in the case of Zambia, our gender advisor couldn't go out in the field to try and pilot the use of these tools that we've developed. There are also challenges in terms of Cyclone Ana in Mozambique and Malawi. The other challenges come in terms of for us who are administering this project, specifically for us at the University of Zambia. There has been a learning curve in terms of from the time we had to create the project, in terms of up to the time the paperwork had to be processed, and eventually the project awarded, and then started receiving funds. That took a little bit of time, and there were a few, we lost a little bit of time. So that was also a challenge by itself. What are the next steps that we are taking moving forward? So we've made remarkable progress in terms of first understanding the the gaps in terms of information that we needed to develop the product and customer profiles for common beans in Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique. And we've developed the tools that could provide that information that we could later use together with existing information for us now to develop those profiles. So what we now need to do moving forward is for us to be able to pilot these the data collection tools, and this will be done through the field days and also participatory varietal selection in our various nurseries here in Zambia. Then we need to complete or revise the gender breeding customer profile, and also consider the implications for the gender breeding product profile, and then adapt these tools for use in Mozambique, Malawi, and to continue using them here in Zambia. So these are the next steps that we are hoping to undertake. So at the end of this, the output that we are looking for is that at the end of this project, we could have our research the capacity for us breeders in terms of using gender responsive breeding could have been enhanced essentially through our participation in the application of these gender responsive breeding tools. We hope to produce one working paper and one manuscript for publication, in which we'll be able to share widely with the research breeding community in terms of the application of gender breeding activities in our breeding programs. For the people who are very familiar with this work, and Krista Isaacs is one of them, who's the assistant professor at Michigan State. I think we are happy with the progress that we've achieved. And just quoting her there, she says the team has done a remarkable job in figuring out the gender responsive, breeding tools and pushing forward with these activities despite the challenges of COVID. And we are looking forward to the research output. So we've made, I think, steady progress even in the middle of the challenges such as COVID-19. And we are looking forward to provide you with results at the next convening. With that, I would like to end my presentation here. You can contact me for further information. My details are provided there.